The river flows, unhurried, untiring, carrying fragments of stories that have shaped the world around it. Some stories are sung aloud, others, like powerful currents, course quietly beneath the surface. And through Bihar flows the river Ganga, her waters colored by identity, religion, culture, history, and politics. In her ripples, cutting across every semantics, fold stories that is just female. Ignored, never forgotten. Neglected, never powerless. Ever flowing. Sometimes beneath the surface, the powerful currents of the stories of Bihar's other half, the women. These are the young women of today, students at Patna Women's College, deeply aware of their civic rights, keen to chart out their future and politically conscious of what is happening around them. But long before slogans filled streets and campaigns found hashtags, women in Bihar were scripting revolutions of their own. Among the earliest voices was Anis Fatima, freedom fighter, orator, the first woman MLA from Bihar. She spoke when women were told to stay silent. She marched when the world demanded she stay home. Her courage became a whisper that would echo for generations. Decades later, that whisper has turned into a chorus. Today's daughters of Bihar, educated, ambitious, and unapologetically vocal, are redefining what power looks like.
I have chosen growth over fear, courage over fear, growth over passion, and now I'm taking the decisions, the predefined things that is aligning with my passion. So the way I said that I founded my business, it was because I don't want to go something with like doctor, engineers and everything. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to change the society, and that will come when one woman will stand up, and she will stand for everyone.
The status of women in society today is a very complex blend of progress and persistent challenges, because we can see that women are actively participating in nation building, they are leading defense, they are excelling in academics, but yes, the issues related to their harassment, the issues related to discrimination still persist. A woman still thinks twice before stepping out at night and voicing out their opinions.
From the freedom struggle to startups, the arc of Bihar's women has bent steadily towards assertion. And then came a moment that shook Bihar's political conscience. From the confines of her kitchen to the corridors of power, Rabri Devi's ascent was a reminder that in Bihar, politics wears many faces. And given time, even the most unexpected can hold power. A homemaker thrust into the chief minister's chair after her husband's imprisonment. Critics called her a puppet. Supporters saw her as a pioneer. In her demeanor, she visibly transitioned from the one to the other. In her quiet, unassuming way, Rabri Devi represented something larger. A possibility that political power was no longer a male inheritance. She became the face of every woman who had once been told the world is not yours. For 3 terms, she defied ridicule and expectation alike. Her story became Bihar's mirror, complex, contested, courageous. Election after election, the women of Bihar began to widen the doorway. They came quietly, in ever-growing numbers, determinedly to vote. In 2010, 2015 and 2020, women recorded a higher voter turnout rate than men, a quiet revolution at the ballot box. In the 2020 assembly elections, 59.7% of registered women voters cast their vote, compared to 54.7% of men. In the 2024 Lok Sabha elections too, women's turnout touched 59.45%, continuing the decade-long trend that has reshaped Bihar's electoral landscape. Women's participation is not just about rising, it is about redefining balance. In Bihar, politics is now a partnership where the better half often decides who wins.
Under Nitish Kumar, if there is one group, let's say, one collective, which sort of basically pivots the whole election, I would say it's women. And that, I think, thanks to Nitish Kumar's vision, he figured out very soon. If you remember the election of 2010, both the JDU and the BJP did extremely well. And that was the time when soon after, he started the prohibition policy, because wherever he would go, women would tell him that, these men who are drinking this pouch culture and getting drunk and coming back, creating violence at home. Nitish is very sensitive. Nitish has done more for women than for any constituency of Bihar.
For decades, they were the invisible electorate, spoken for, never listened to. But today, Bihar's women are the most decisive voters in India.
और सरकार को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए हम लोग को अथी करना चाहिए, आगे बढ़ाने के लिए कुछ व्यवस्था करना चाहिए, रोजगार चाहिए। हम लोग को बिहार में महिलाओं को घर में बैठी रहती है जो महिलाओं को, उसको रोजगार चाहिए। आजीविका में जुटने से हम लोग का महिलाओं का बहुत सा अथी दर्जा बढ़ गया है हम लोग का, और बच्चे भी पढ़ने जा रहे हैं अब, और हम लोग के बिहार में बहुत खुशहाली है।
The 2020 assembly results were decided by women. While men leaned towards the opposition, women turned out overwhelmingly for continuity. For nearly 2 decades and across 9 terms of governance, the politician at the helm of Bihar's affairs carried the clear signature, support of a majority of the women who voted. In 2006, a government scheme put thousands of schoolgirls on bicycles and into classrooms. What began as a welfare initiative soon became a quiet social revolution, celebrated as a model for targeted empowerment. With time came more change, reservations for women in local bodies, policies for education and safety, and programs that gave women a visible place in public life.
That there is a 32% gender gap advantage Nitish has over Tejashwi Yadav. Let me tell you, I have studied elections my entire life. I have never seen a 32% gender gap advantage, even if it is exaggerated, but it is more than 25%, let's say, right? And that after 20 years being in power, women love Nitish. I have talked to several women throughout my life, but especially during this election. And whenever I ask them, what has Nitish given you? this is the answer they tell me. And I'm talking about very poor women from Dalit communities, from MBCs. They point out, swablambi bana diye. Nitish ji has made us economically independent.
The message was unmistakable. In Bihar, women are not just voters, they are the pulse that keeps politics alive. Those wheels turned more than roads, they turned mindsets. Suddenly education was visible, literally rolling through every village.
साइकिल से अच्छा मतलब चल जाएगी, किसी को भी कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा, दूर जाना रहेगा तो साइकिल अपना लेगी या चली जाएगी। पैदल जाने में बहुत कठिनाई होता है। हम साइकिल का इस्तेमाल कोचिंग जाने में, स्कूल जाने में, अलग अलग चीज़ों में करते हैं।
From the schoolyard to the panchayat, Bihar's better half was no longer waiting to be included. They had claimed their space. And they demanded something more profound. Freedom from addiction, from fear, from violence. It began in whispers, and then it became an agitation that would shake the state. The anti-liquor movement, a grassroots rebellion led by mothers, wives, daughters. Their demand was simple: no more broken homes, no more drunken nights. In 2016, Bihar turned dry. Prohibition was declared, framed as a moral victory for the women of Bihar. It was imperfect, it was controversial, but it was theirs. For once, policy had a woman's face, and her voice was law. Change in Bihar has often come quietly, not through loud revolutions, but through the steady footsteps of women who refuse to give up. Among them stands one voice that shook the system. Nivedita Jha, journalist, activist, and inspiration behind the film Bhakshak. Her relentless pursuit of justice for the voiceless has made her both a chronicler and a crusader.
पहले महिलाओं को लेकर इतना ज़्यादा फोकस नहीं था, क्योंकि जो बिहार की संरचना थी उसमें ज़्यादातर वोट पूरा परिवार जहाँ करता था वहाँ महिलाएं भी करती थी। लेकिन जब अब बिहार की संरचना बदली है, ख़ास करके गांव में, तो आप देखें कि बहुत बड़े स्तर पे बिहार में काम के लिए मजदूर बाहर जाते हैं, पलायन करते हैं। तो घर की जो पूरी दारमदार जो है या घर को चलाना, बाहर चलाना, ये महिलाओं पर आता है। और महिलाएं खेतों में जाती हैं, काम करती हैं, तो धीरे धीरे वो इम्पावर्ड हुई हैं। तो वोट किसे देना है ये भी वो तय करती हैं।
Her journey represents a new kind of Bihar, where women are not waiting for doors to open, they are building their own. In every corner of Bihar, there are stories that never make headlines, but together they redefine what progress looks like. A girl on a bicycle in Begusarai, a teacher in Gopalganj who opens a library in her courtyard, a coder in Patna who builds her first app, a mother in Madhubani who teaches her daughters to vote. Each of them a verse in Bihar's unfinished poem of change.
Politics should be a process of making a collective decision for the betterment of society, but nowadays politics is all about a game which every politician wants to win to secure their position and power.
सरकार जो चाहते हैं कि माने मिलेगा तो वह आगे में बढ़ेंगे, बढ़ाएंगे, दिखावेंगे समूह क्या होगा, फायदा रहेगा तो अच्छा लगेगा.
Two worlds, same willpower. For every woman chasing dreams in the city, another is holding up her home in the village. Together they form the unseen scaffolding of Bihar's rise. Decades earlier, another woman had shown what leadership from Bihar could look like. Ram Dulari Sinha, the first woman from the state to earn a master's degree and the first to become a governor. At a time when higher education for women was almost unthinkable, she became proof that intellect and integrity can carve space, even in stone. Her legacy is not just in the history books, it lives on in every girl who dares to imagine more. Bihar's politics, once seen as the theatre of men, has found its quiet balance. Every promise, every policy, every reform now echoes just one question: what will the women think? They have fought patriarchy, poverty, politics, and perception all at once. Like the river and its powerful current, the women of Bihar flow with the times. Sometimes unseen, sometimes underestimated, but unstoppable. They are not the supporting cast, they are the story.